Stupid podcast. We are taking ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit and from you guys live right there in the chat on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to audio podcasts, thank you. We still appreciate you, but we'd appreciate you more if you came to YouTube, liked and subscribed, and then listened live, man. We're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm Jake Vevera. With me, as always, the greatest co-host in the history of shows anywhere. The one, the only, Amy Liszka.
I was really hoping you were going to say my name. Like, I know I'm the only co-host, but then you gave me such an intro. I was like, he's going to say someone else. He's going to say someone else.
That's how shitty your self-esteem is. It's like, he's saying such great things. Am I fired? Am I, is another co-host going to pop up behind me like a WWE episode or something?
No, I very much have like a mob mentality. If someone's being way too nice to me, I'm like, who's gonna kill me right now? Who's gonna like come sit over here? We got a nice chair for you. Yeah, don't worry. Just eat the pasta.
You thought you were Joe Pesci about to be a made man in Goodfellas, walking into an empty room like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
But yes, with me as always, Amy Liszka. And let me introduce our two awesome guests today. First up, she is a first-time guest to the a returning guest to the podcast. A hilarious stand-up comic. Our second guest is indeed a first-time guest, so that's why I mixed it up there. She is a returning guest, a hilarious stand-up comic, the one, the only, Kattoo King. Thank you for being
Hello. Happy to be here. Happy to spread my knowledge.
Happy to have you. Tell the good people out there where they can find you.
Okay, well, you can find me at Queen Kattoo on TikTok and Instagram. You can find me on Twitter, X now. You can find me on X at Simply Kattoo.
When you Google Twitter, like I usually just go twitter.com when I'm trying to get to the page. But is there like an x.com? Like is your
X.com redirects to twitter.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I can't do it because it autofills to X hamster. So.
Let's just hope Elon doesn't take that over, huh? They'll fuck the whole thing up. Everybody will be.
I don't trust his taste. Truly.
It's going to be all weird foot stuff.
I also have a new podcast out. It's called Spring Break 1985.
Nice. Spring Break 85.
Yeah, wherever podcasts are found.
Oh, wherever podcasts are found.
What's it about? 85. Like, what's your...
It's a classic yapping podcast.
Nice.
There we go.
So, if you want to hear three friends talk about nothing.
I love that.
There you go.
I love that. As a fellow reality TV junkie, I love that.
Love yapping.
Nice. Love yapping. Love it. Yeah. What's it? Spring Break 1985, you said?
Yep.
85.
Spring Break 1985.
85. Why 85? Why the year?
My co-host suggested it, and I was like, that's funny.
You just eeny, meeny, miny mode 85?
Yeah.
Wow.
And none of us were born that year.
How dare you? Yes, I was.
I love it.
It's a good year.
It was, but I was high as fuck back when I was 2, so I don't remember any of it. But let me give a shout out to our second guest on the podcast. He is a first time guest. This time for reals. He is a first time guest of the podcast. Another hilarious stand-up comic, the one, the only, Wayne Charles. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I thought you had been on the podcast before.
No. Today is the first day of Black History Month, and I'm making Black History by being
That's
here.
right.
Yes, that's how
I could
we
be
represent.
anywhere. And happy Groundhog's Day Eve to everyone. This is a monumental day, the day before the little critter comes out.
We're making Black History. We're making Groundhog's Day history.
We're gonna.
This
kill
rocks,
it.
dude.
This is amazing. Yes,
this is awesome. Loving it. Loving it. Tell the good people out there where they can find you.
Sure, I'm gonna make it real simple. You can find me on Instagram at Wayne Charles 2 Comedy. If you want to catch my stand-up, can I plug a couple shows for today?
Yes,
plug the hell out
I'll
of
be
them.
at Uck Billy's, if you're familiar, out in Brooklyn. It's 420 friendly, BYOB, at 8 p.m. tomorrow, Friday.
Nice.
The second, and I'll also be at Broadway Comedy Club around 10 o'clock.
Tonight?
Tomorrow.
Oh.
These are all, I'm all yours tonight, but tomorrow I will be doing stand-up. I will be performing on stage.
Where are you going to go?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Go see him live.
Please do. Check me out. tell me I'm funny or something.
Absolutely. And definitely like and subscribe if you're out there in the chat. Thank you to everybody watching live. Thank you to Danielle on YouTube says, watching from Kentucky. Thank you for watching,
Hey,
Danielle.
Danielle.
Oh,
Yes.
Very funny comic, Danielle. It's very funny.
Woo!
Nice. Shout out to Danielle. Shout out to Joel on YouTube. He says, my browser goes to X videos. I know the struggle. Yeah, it's crazy. 2 big porn sites called X, you know.
He also says 85 was the year that he graduated high school.
Nice.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
Spring break 1985 is for you, honestly.
That's right. It turns out it's all about Joel when he was 18.
Yeah.
It's all his old party stories. from Joel.
I'm trying to channel that energy and turn it into
It's a great year though. I was born 1985.
Nice. I was born in '83, and it was cool. It was actually in '85, my second birthday party. My dad did blackout at my birthday party in a park and try to fight everyone at the birthday party who tried to keep him from driving us home. And that was the day he quit drinking.
You know what?
So he did party in '85.
Oh,
Good
Party
for
his
him.
ass off in '85. Yeah.
That's not true.
You don't try to take yes, at a park. He blacked out drunk at my second birthday party.
Oh,
He tried to
yeah.
fight everybody. And he tried. She said like she was there. She's like, oh yeah, I was fucking wasted too.
No,
You know what
I
was
remember the
wasted, too.
story now. I thought it was something.
Party my
different.
ass off at your second birthday. That's how we met. We fell in love. You know?
Yeah.
There we go.
But no.
Wait,
shout out
there's
to Tariq. He says Harlem in the house. Hello, Tariq.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's my boy right there.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
we got
Oh, yeah.
a boy in the house.
Yeah.
Joe-
That's my childhood friend. He was born 86 though. He's
Nice.
86.
Nice.
See,
Oh
he
my
missed
gosh.
he missed spring break 85.
Yeah.
Just like me.
He might have been conceived at spring break '85.
It
though.
might have been.
Yeah.
We found your long lost kid.
That's right.
Yeah.
Joel is his father. Joanne on YouTube says, hi, all. Hello.
Hello.
Joanne. Let's see. Danielle on YouTube says, 2 shows in one night. Yeah. Get Harlem royalty. That's right. 2 shows in one night. Without further ado, are you guys ready to take your first question from the wild animals on Reddit?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, first question
Oh, yeah.
on the Twisted Cupid podcast. If you guys have questions to write in, write them to twistedcupidpodcast@gmail.com, or even better, write them in the chat live. We're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your comments. Give us your questions. We'll read them on the show. Remember to like and subscribe. Now let's take our first question from the wild animals on Reddit.
All right. The theme of this podcast is called Money Makes the Love Go Round. Did I say that right?
I think so.
I made it up and I can't even remember it. But money makes the love go round. So all these kind of have something to do with a little bit of money. All right, that's the theme. Okay, so first question. How did you say it? How did you write on the paper? What does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Sorry, trying to edit live is really bad. All right. First question. How to tell a girl I've only been talking to for about a month and a half, I'm not interested, who just hit rock bottom. Sorry, that was a long sentence. I'm a 23-year-old male. I met a girl on Boo. I guess that's like some sort of Snapchat or something. I don't know. Boo. Hey.
It sounds
dog
like
seems
it sounds
upset.
like something I'm too old for.
Yeah.
I know. It's Boo, but it's like, I don't know. What are all the dating apps?
There's a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
them. There's a lot
What
of
do you
them.
mean, what are all the dating apps? That was the most old lady thing. What's all the apps? What are all the dating apps? I've heard of these.
Okay.
There's tons.
He met him on Boo. This is the first girl I've actually been able to talk to the first few texts, and it wasn't any bots or scammers. First time we
Nice.
tried to meet up, a storm hit and one of her car tires popped. Second time we tried to meet up, she cancels because her grandfather died and she needed to fly to another state
There you
to
go.
check on his house. Then, after that, her plane back canceled, so she blew a bunch of money driving back instead of flying. Only then to find out that when she was gone for too long, on short notice, she lost her job. She got a new job, but then has to fly back to deal with the funeral and the will and blah, blah, blah. She then gets back and finds out that her roommate, a family relative, and that is aware that the relative has passed, kicked her out. My date is now living in her car with all of her belongings, having to ask me for money, food, and Ubers to get to and from work whenever her coworkers can't drive her, or apparently abandoned her at a gas station. There's probably some parts I'm missing, but it's fair to say that she's hit life's rock bottom. I've done what I could to help her during these times because, for better or for worse, I would consider myself to be a caring for others' well-being. But now, I'm starting to feel the impact of my wallet and account. The kicker here is, even after the first few weeks, I lost interest in her. But it's not because of her life situation. It was because the way she talks. She could barely text or call me without having to put me on hold, not listening to what I had to say, etc. I just wasn't attracted to her anymore, other than her appearance and that she could crack a joke or two. Now, I'm stuck with a dilemma. I keep supporting this girl that I haven't even met in person for the past month.
There we go.
Wow.
He's never met her in person.
Man.
These are all the excuses of why they couldn't have a date.
I feel so bad for this
I know.
guy.
I haven't met for the past month and a half.
I'm dating a Nigerian prince. He wants to give me money, but he just needs some of mine first.
and half that I have a little interest in hurtling towards my own financial ruins, or B, this is his other choice. He only has two choices of what he can do right now. Or B, cutting ties with her, having to live with the fact that in doing so, I most likely condemn a suffering individual to a life of homelessness and or worse. So he wants to know what we should.
Okay. So
Damn.
That's a lot there.
I was sitting through that whole thing and I was thinking, and yet he hasn't mentioned that they've hung out in person. He said,
Right.
He hasn't mentioned it.
No, every single time he tries to, a
Right.
tragedy happens.
Yeah. So I gotta be honest, he's got more options.
Uh-huh.
You
It's
gotta
pretty
scam
rough.
a scammer.
Yeah.
He starts off by saying it's not a scammer, but this is totally.
Well, no, the sad thing
scam
is...
Yeah, anytime you have to start your dating story with this isn't a scam, you're getting fucked.
This,
Yeah.
this
Bent
is
over
really
a barrel.
bad. He says, this is the first girl I've actually been able to talk to for the past few weeks. First few texts, and that wasn't a bot or a scammer. So he
Oh, no.
The streak continues, sir.
I've got some bad news for you.
Buddy, you remember that in Terminator 2 they had the T-1000?
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
the T-1000 of bots right now.
Yeah, Boo is not the app to be on.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe for Halloween dating or something like that, but
Yeah.
It's-
I don't. I feel bad for this guy.
It's maybe stay off the alternative apps.
Yeah.
Maybe get on Bumble where the women have to message you.
Even the name is called Boo. It's a sound that's supposed to scare you away.
Yeah.
How are you falling for shit on Boo?
Yeah.
But for the time being, I'm gonna say immediate life situation advice. Lie back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lie back, okay?
Way back.
Oh, she needs this money because she's got it bad. Well, you've got it worse.
I
Yeah.
know.
Just make some stuff up.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, when you said lie back, I thought like lie back.
Lie
like,
back.
Right.
like lie
Fat
back.
Joe
I'm
lean back or
I'm like,
something?
I'm gonna get this this pair.
Porque
Right.
no los dos. Get comfy. Get comfy.
Lie back, outdo the liar. You know what I mean? Get George Santos to donate to your fake dog
Yeah.
charity. That's what I say.
Yeah. She just lost her job. Well, somebody's falsely suing you.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Now
right.
you need money to cover legal fees.
You lost your job. My mother's going to lose her house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Oh, shout out to the we got some new people in the chat too. Joanna on YouTube, not to be confused with Joanne on YouTube, but Joanna with an A says tuned in from North Carolina. Thank you for being here, Joanna.
Hello.
Nice.
Hello.
Like my little
She
sister.
made a
Nice.
comment. Halloween dating.
Yeah.
I like that. I
There
like
we
that.
go.
I like Halloween dating. It's like eyes wide shut. It's a lot of fun. Everyone's wearing masks. You don't know anyone's name.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of us there. It's
I'm
great.
glad I'm off the market because goodness gracious. Like,
Yeah,
this is what
dude.
people have to endure.
You're
This
only
is
dating
insane.
fake Russian bots on apps that are it seem like they're meant to drive you away. It's crazy.
I don't know why he feels like he owes this person so much when he hasn't even had one date with her.
Because she's kind of funny.
I feel
Yeah.
like
She's kind of funny.
I
sometimes.
feel like we're all leaving out one thing. He's 23.
Yeah.
He does not have a fully developed prefrontal cortex.
No, his cortex is fucking dumb.
Yeah, he's got a brain made of slime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those teenage years are rough though. So
Right.
he's emerging as
Yeah.
a young adult, and he's doing it horribly.
I think catfishers should feel bad for tricking anyone under 25.
Honestly, yeah.
That's a cortex in a barrel kind of situation.
Also, I gotta be honest. There's more money the older you go.
Yeah. It's that's the thing is it's one of those low reward, but kind of easy. I don't know the exact low risk kind of deal. Low risk, low reward. It's like, all right, you're probably not going to get caught. You're not going to get in trouble, but you're going to get maybe $20, $30 out of this scam.
Also, here's the thing. If he's buying her Ubers, they do live in the same area.
Yeah.
She's probably giving him addresses and he's typing it into the app.
Right.
Unless he's straight up sending her money, which, you know what?
He could be. And you can buy people Ubers that don't live in the same area, right? You just kind of...
Yeah. But you have,
on your account.
You have to give him an address, right?
Yeah.
And if the address is in, like, Moldova... He's gonna figure out. So this is like a pretty local scammer.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
that makes it even worse.
Did it say how far away she lived? Did he mention how far away she lived?
You don't know if he's actually putting it in the app. She's probably like, I just need $50 for this Uber. Can
she
you
could be
Venmo it to me? Because how is it gonna get to her?
Because he's dumb and he would leave the shit out.
I bet you her Venmo account looks great.
Yeah,
she rocks.
I wonder how much money he's put out.
You know what? Partially, I feel like I should not be encouraging him. I should be encouraging her because he's kind of gone. Like mentally,
it's
one
of
for
those
this,
things.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
If he's falling for this,
I feel like he needs a friend to talk to him.
He does.
Well,
you know what? He's 23. He
has
should
Reddit.
be at the club.
That's why he has a bunch of friends on Reddit.
I believe it was the great Dr. John who once said about sleeping with his best friend Jim's girl, if I don't do it, then someone else will. And I feel that saying applies to this guy's
By the way, Joanne just mentioned if she's living in her car, why does she need an Uber? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. That's what I thought.
She should be working for Uber, if anything.
So she's living in her car, but then she has to rely on her friends to get to work and do a carpool. And then he puts in parentheses,
it's crazy.
And sometimes they abandon her at the gas station. What other crazy...
With friends like that.
Man.
And then she has her own...
Look.
With friends like that, though.
Just...
Like, yeah.
This guy...
Her friends aren't really her friends, and he's trying to, pursue her. No. And he needs to just stop. I mean... Go back on Boo.
Her friends are probably having a great time. She's probably buying them drinks. She's probably treating them with all this money that she's getting.
This is like
this guy gets her friends so drunk all the time.
Him.
This is just someone's account that, like, I bet you all these bills, all these things are happening at the end of the month when her rent's due.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And let's face it, if you live in your car and someone's going to abandon you somewhere, arguably gas station best place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you get more. Yeah, that's
you fill up on gas. You fill up on snacks.
Now, if they abandon you far away from a gas station and you live in your own car, dick move.
Yeah, those aren't
dick
friends.
Move.
You're right. You got a good point.
They're great in terms of friends that are going to abandon you. They really are the top shelf for those guys.
But honestly, this guy. Get off Boo, get to the club.
I just feel like anytime I don't even really know a person, and it's happened before, and money's involved, and they even give me a crazy story about like, hey, could you give this to me, or I'll owe you or pay you back, I flat out say no.
Yeah.
Because if and it's usually like...
Sure.
I mean, we're talking like $40, $20. Like, I don't care, because if I don't know you, if you're not my sister, my best friend, and you're talking to me about money, no matter how dramatic your story is, and like, I don't know. I need to see papers, receipts, everything. I'm always, maybe I've lived in New York too long. No. I'm always like looking for a scam. I'm like,
well, it happens to me.
I'm like, college got me too much.
Not even necessarily a scam, but even somebody who's just sort of like a light friend or acquaintance or whatever. And they're just sort of they have an addiction, because then you're not really, they could have genuine intentions of paying you back, maybe or maybe not, depending on how far they're into it, but that they're not fully gone yet. They're not like blackout drunk they haven't they're not coming down off an entire 8-ball and they're like, oh, my skin's on fire. I need to rob anyone I can to get more, and so it's like you're not giving it to a person. At that point, you're giving it to an addiction. You're giving it to a cancer that lives in their mind. And so it's like, I don't want to lose this friendship over $40, but if you don't pay me back this $40, we're fucking done.
Wait, did I hear you got scammed?
No, I was saying,
I kind of heard.
I was saying the attempt happens like every 3 months. like that email where someone's stuck in Thailand.
Oh yeah,
they don't have their passport and everything. I mean.
Yeah, I'm like, who are you?
Yeah,
I'm like, I want to go to Thailand. I don't.
Those are so bad that I almost feel the same way about those that I do about this lady. If it works, good for you. You know what I mean? This guy is the gazelle that can't run for shit, and a lion just took a bite out of his ass.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think what we learned is that scammers need a couple jokes.
Yeah.
Scammers need a couple jokes. This guy,
he's saying that he likes some of her jokes.
yeah.
Personality goes a long way.
Too much, and he doesn't like the fact that she doesn't listen to him.
Yeah.
That's why he fell out of love with her.
A funny scammer is a good thing, though. Like,
that's true.
If I was going to scam people, I got to throw a couple jokes in there.
You gotta.
You know what I mean? Like, knock, knock. Who's there? That $40 I need. You know what I mean? Like, I want to... I might just scam people for all of February.
Right.
Just to see how it feels.
Scamuary.
Ooh.
Scamuary.
Right? There we go. Yeah. We can get that going. I mean, everyone was like sober for January. You get Scamuary going.
Scamuary.
Right?
Yeah.
I know I've already made George Santos reference once, but now that he's not in Congress anymore, you're damn right he's wearing it up.
This might actually be George Santos.
George.
This is George Santos in drag. His drag name is Elizabeth Holmes, and he is getting young dudes on Boo to try. Turns out Boo's not even a real dating app. It's just something George Santos made up. He just started sending around trying to sucker 23-year-olds.
That checks out because he's got jokes.
Yeah, huh?
He's kind of funny.
George Santos is fucking hilarious. In fact, shout out to George Santos because he is on Cameo right now.
Yeah.
Have you looked any of those up?
Of course I
wait,
did.
wait.
So good, dude.
I can have him like wish me happy birthday.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It's like $500.
Oh, it's worth the money.
Have you-
$500 to hear
lot.
George Santos?
Dude, people have been pranking each other. Like John Fetterman got one for somebody else in Congress, some Republican guy from him. You know what I mean? But it was Kevin McCarthy or somebody. And but just paid him. He didn't know who it was because you're just doing first names for the most part. And so it was like, it was James Comer. But so he's just like, oh, hey, James, sorry, shit's not going too well. But it's funny in context what you want it because it's like, oh, he's actually giving this to James Comer. A few of the like the other Congress people have done it for each other, but some of these, most of them are just from random people when you watch them, and they'll be getting stuff like, congratulations, you've had a great career in the NFL, and you're a Nobel Prize winner, and he just rattles off what's clearly fake credits for this person.
On that note, don't like and subscribe George Santos. Like and subscribe Twisted Cupid Podcast.
Yeah, there we go.
Absolutely.
Unlike George Santos, this
lights
podcast is real.
Yeah.
Not so talented, Mr. Ripley.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is coming from the soul.
I will say there's a whole consensus in the chat about about her having a car and still needing an Uber and stuff like that. And then Joel said, what did Joel say? He made a mobile home.
Yeah.
That's right.
And everyone's mobile home.
She lives in
a mobile home.
Straight up. It's a small mobile home. You know.
I feel like she needed to pick a better location. I'm like living behind a bush because this whole I need money for an Uber and that's the one thing you shouldn't need money for if you're living in your car. Yeah.
Like she's not even a good scammer and he's fucking in all the way. She's like a 9.
Scammer.
She's a 7 out of 10
and she
scammer.
She has to go to work. So she does have a job, even though she was let go, and then she found another job. And then she's carpooling to work.
Nah, she's got it. She's just saying this to make the
to extend the story. She's
So you think this is not true love?
No, it's not.
No,
I don't even think that's a true person.
No,
I think this is a local scammer. What did somebody in there called it a local scammer? I believe was it Danielle or was it Jessica? But shout out to all the I love all the chats going on.
There we go. Yeah, I know some of those people.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Everyone's loving your knock knock.
Oh, great. Yes. I'll bring it to stage tomorrow night and unbill it. No.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just feel bad for him. I just feel like I want to find this guy and just shake him. Like, stop it!
Yeah. Again, he's got to go to the club, meet some people with some addictions.
Yep.
He needs to He needs to increase his tolerance for telling people, no, I'm sorry, you can't have.
I'm not gonna lie. I might ask him for like $50 or something.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm like, listen, I'm gonna set you straight and financial.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about this person. Can I have $50?
Yeah. I'm gonna go for 100. I'm up the ante.
Yeah.
You gotta up the ante on it.
Sir, we lost most of our audio equipment in a fire. Can you send $5,500 to twistedcupidpodcast.com?
Yeah, like we would tell you what to do about about your romantic situation, but all of our mics just died. So
Yeah.
And also we need money to go out of state for the funeral.
That's right. We're going to give them a Viking funeral. We're going to put the audio equipment in a little boat. We're going to light it on fire on a lake. It's got to be proper shit. It's not going to make it to Valhalla unless you give us $5,500.
I don't know. Any final advice for anyone for this?
Yeah, he's a sucker. I don't really have much else to say.
Yeah,
to
it's
this
pretty
man.
rough, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe when he hits 25, he'll learn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, once this little caterpillar crawls out of his cocoon, and he's like, I've been getting fucked the whole time.
Yeah.
And he's going to look back at the first 25 years
Yeah.
and realize all the scams he fell for.
I'm just still like, how does someone feel like they owe them something that quickly in life, you know?
Yeah.
I feel bad about that.
Maybe he's like Forrest Gump's DNA, like maybe maybe he's like from the lineage of the Gumps.
He's like Forrest Gump contracting AIDS from Jenny.
Yeah,
which
maybe
happened in that movie. I know
Yeah.
they didn't cover it. They conveniently rolled credits until he was like, I got this cold. It's been lasting for quite some time. I should go to the doctor and figure out what it is.
The 90s pneumonia.
Yeah.
Danielle says
The 80s
he's 23. This is a valuable life lesson for him.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
I think
Yes.
the government still can adopt you at 23, you know. So I don't know.
That's right. I believe it was the great Alanis Morissette who once said, "You live and you learn." Right after she took all of Dave Coulier's money and then wrote a fucking hit about what a dick he is.
Is that who it's about?
Yeah, the guy from you didn't know that?
No.
The You Ought to Know is about the guy from Full House.
She was like
She's with the Full House
16
guy?
when she was 16 when she sang that song. How
No,
old
she
was
wasn't
she?
16. She was like 20, 21 something.
Not when that song was out. She was like 18. She might have been. She was young when she was dating this guy.
Did we just accidentally Me Too the guy from Full House?
I think so.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Goodness.
Fuck yeah.
Surviving Full House.
Sir, you can run from almost anything, but not the Twisted Cupid podcast.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
David Coulier was just like,
That's
I'm
right.
dating a minor. I gotta get out.
Goodness.
Full House.
There we go.
Full with a lot of secrets and crimes.
Yeah. That basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, it's very convenient they don't show the basement in
They
that
never
show.
do they?
Huh? It's where the Olsen twins lived in between takes.
That's why they look that way now.
Yeah. It's because of Dave Coulier.
Yep.
They
They,
got
they don't have a drop of adrenochrome, those ladies.
Because he used to Alanis Morissette both of them at the same time.
Oof.
It was disgusting.
All right. Are we ready for our next question?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Next question on the Twisted Cupid podcast. If you guys have questions to write them to twistedcupidpodcast@gmail.com, or even better, write in live in the chat there on YouTube every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your comments, give us your questions, like and subscribe. Let's take our next question from the Wild Animals on Reddit.
My boyfriend called our relationship a money pit. My boyfriend, 31-year-old male, and I, a 25-year-old female, have been together for 2 years, and he makes a lot more. He makes over $100K and runs 3 businesses. However, I just graduated college a year ago and struggle with college debt and other financial decisions I wish I could have been talked out of when I was a teenager. But he is an amazing man, and he's an amazing man to me, and I know he's the man I want to be with for the rest of my life. We live together in a small one-bedroom apartment. He used to live with his parents, so he moved in with me, and things are great. But the last few months were rough, and I needed to ask him for help financially, and a handful of times. Sorry, I needed to ask him for help financially a handful of times. I am not proud of it since I hold dearly to my independence and never ask anyone for help for money ever. I mean, except for this time.
I'm a strong, independent woman who needs $250.
So, he helped me recognize my finances and seems happy in our small apartment, even if it's super small and not in the best area. I don't think this guy makes as much money as you think he makes.
Nah, I'm from the middle of the country. He's like an Iowa trillionaire.
The other day, his friend called him when I was in the car on the Bluetooth. His friend is unemployed, hates to work, and doesn't have a car, and isn't supporting himself at all. his friend was talking about how he's thinking that he's gonna start dating this new girl. My boyfriend told him that it's a great, but he needs to get things together before setting into a relationship. Now, this next part, I was very impressed because she put it all in quotes. It says, so this is the guy talking on the phone. There's no such thing as romance without finance. You have to have a stable income because most women want a man who are able to support themselves and take care of them also.
Who is this, Gary Vee?
But you got to make sure you have the stable enough job because the relationships are a huge money pit and you'll find yourself paying for them in ways you didn't expect. Like dinner, some of their bills, gifts, they may not even ever use them, and on random stuff that you never even expected. At the end of the day, a relationship can be a bill that you'll never seem to stop paying. I'm surprised, well, not, she is a girl, that she was like, this is exactly what he said. She put it all in quotes. I was like, okay. Wait, really quickly. So then at the very end, sorry, this one's long. I sat there feeling a little embarrassed and humiliated. I know he didn't directly say anything about me, but ouch. I asked him about it, and he said he didn't mean anything wrong by it, but if it impacted me that much and hurt me, that he was sorry and he'll try to reword things next time. He was like, no, I didn't say that. Yeah, I did. I asked him if he thought of me as a bill, and he said, no.
Hey, look, the clips... Amy's face is going to be covering all of it.
Oh, sorry.
She's going to have just the paper. Yeah, she was completely talking behind a wall of paper.
Sorry, guys. I'm shorter than paper. So this is the main thing. I asked him if he thought of me as a bill, and he said no. Not you personally, but the relationship is an expense. Then what relationship are you talking about? It's like, not you, but the relationship.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay. So in his culture, it's acceptable to live with your parents till marriage. I moved in with you because you weren't able to pay for the rent. It was something I had to pay to help you in our relationship. If you weren't struggling, I can't say I would have moved in, but I'm glad we did, and I'm happy we live together. I feel wrong for being upset, but it hurts. What should I do?
Okay.
Whew.
I'm gonna get a little toxic on this one.
I love it.
She needs to learn 2 words, okay? 2 words need to enter her vocabulary right now. Our money.
Oh,
okay.
If they're married and stuff, yeah.
No, they're
yeah,
not.
they're
just living
not.
Together.
The thing is, okay, if you're living together, you're not married, but you're a little married.
It's close
You're
enough.
little-
Yeah,
you're a little
you're
married.
married light.
You know,
you're married adjacent.
Right. So, our money for our rent. It's not his money for your rent. It's our money for our rent.
Yeah.
So
even though he's paying all the rent.
Correct.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound... I don't think she's smart enough to pull off power moves like this. I think he's going to call it on her. I think Christian Bale here is going to chop her up with a chainsaw and get a new one if she tries that on him.
Wait, so what was the part about him living? They live with their parents?
So he lived with his parents,
Okay.
and then he moved out to move in with her.
Got you.
Even though he's a 31-year-old male, he said it's in his culture, it's acceptable to live with the parents until marriage. But he saw that she was struggling, so out of the kindness of his heart, he chose to move in with her, so she didn't have to worry about the rent.
So he, out of the okay. I'm very much siding with the woman on this. So I'm like, so out of the kindness of his heart, he chose to left his parents' house to instead live in a house that his parents don't live in, where he can have sex whenever.
Yeah, what were they doing? Where were they hooking up? I'm so confused.
You have to have the sex with the parents upstairs.
Yeah, they got to be watching.
At age 31.
The whole has to be in a sheet. There's a whole ordeal.
You know?
They want to hear you moan like a good son.
A man in a funny hat has to be mumbling in tongues over the whole thing.
Look, he's getting something out of you living together. If he wasn't, he wouldn't do it. You know? If he wanted to, he would. He clearly wants to.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like him framing the whole moving out of his parents at 31 to move in with a girlfriend as a fucking pain in his ass.
Right.
That's just a weird thing.
That's like just
She rescued him from a culture that made him have to listen to his parents fuck or fart or whatever they're doing in their out there.
Okay, the only problem I have is how blind she is. Like, this is not me. It's like, first of all, she can't pay for anything. She's like, I have such independence except for the handful of times I had to ask you for money.
Right.
Then
she kind of sucks
then
too.
Then she gets into...
She deserves this guy.
No, but then she gets into the friend about being like, he doesn't have a job. He can't pay for anything. He doesn't have his own car. As she's sitting in her boyfriend's car.
Who pays her bills. Her boyfriend who pays his bills. And
So,
he's
like... And then the thing is that she's just like, I'm not with him for money, but like at the same time, she's like, "Oh, he makes $100K, but we live in a 1-bedroom apartment in a bad area, but it's okay."
Did she mention what she does for money?
No,
she just came out of college,
she?
right?
She does nothing.
She sounds unemployed.
She very much does.
She just got out of college and made bad financial decisions when she was a teenager. That's all she said.
Yeah, I mentioned this once a podcast. When in doubt. Because of lack of detail, I always err against the person writing the questions. 2 reasons. A, this is on Reddit and they're animals. B, this is a source by, for, and about them with a clear angle and agenda most of the time. So it's like their personal MSNBC or Fox News or North Korean state-run news if they happen to inherit the whole country. Yeah. So when they leave, when they brush over little details about what do I do for work, I listed off all this shit about my boyfriend's money, but I just made some bad decisions like you do, and now I'm with this guy that makes over $100K. Why isn't he treating me the way I need to be treated? It's just kind of like, all right, well, you skipped over that. What do you do?
But she gave a lot of details about the friend that wanted to start dating someone. It's like, he's a piece of crap.
We got a lot of details about the friend who is going to the same unemployment office that she is, with a lot of fucking judgment in her tone for other people in that exact same line filling out the same paperwork.
You know, I'm with you. If like you're with someone that's paying for you, that's great. But like, don't be like all judgy. Like, well, blah 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 blah.
Right.
You
Just
know what it is.
She needs to step up or step out. She needs to either needs to get on the level of the woman from the last question and start just taking money, or get a job.
Yeah, she's got to go one of the two extremes.
No, I don't think she does. She have
her
a job?
Her job is awaiting his funds too.
Oh.
To fund her.
Her job is banging this guy.
It's our money, our job. Is that what you're saying? Our money, our job.
Our money for our expenses.
Dude, she is a Zennial Peg Bundy. She needs to get a leopard print, whatever the kids are wearing these days, and just accept it. Eat the bonbons, do all of that.
Yeah.
This guy runs 3 businesses.
That's right. And all 3 of those are women's shoe stores. There's a lot of parallels here.
Jessica Jade said she didn't mention what she does at all. She's broke.
She does nothing for sure. This woman is for sure unemployed.
Peg, a fat woman, came into all 3 of my shoe stores today. It was crazy.
So you saying he's Al Bundy?
Oh yeah, but like a successful Al Bundy. With more hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's only 31.
Scored even more than 3 touchdowns in one game.
Yeah,
he was the man.
Yeah,
good for him.
Do you want to wait? There's some good comments.
I'm looking through them right now.
Wait,
I'm behind on comments for sure.
Look at them.
Let's see.
Look at them.
Joel on YouTube says, would he still be an amazing man if he earned $40K a year?
Great
That's a good
point.
goddamn question. Love it. Joel says, the boyfriend's voice sounds like at Amy Liszka. It's uncanny. Let's see. At Joanne on YouTube. At Jessica on YouTube says groomer. I think that's an old comment. That's
I think that was for
Dave Coulier. Yeah,
that was the last one.
That was for the Full House guy.
Yeah. Joanne on YouTube says, don't ask him for money. Just say his half of the rent is $10K. That's right. Just give him fake paperwork. Just fudge the numbers. That's what I say. And run this fucking prick.
Yeah.
What were we saying?
Again, she needs to learn the words "our money."
Yeah.
Our money.
If you're gonna scam
rent,
good.
Our job.
Our job.
Yikes.
Honestly.
Yikes.
But when there's a lawsuit, they'll be like, "That's your lawsuit."
Did she say she loves him at all?
She said,
it was our money, but your shell corporation. I have nothing to do with it.
He's helped me recognize my finances and seems happy in our small apartment whenever. But he is an amazing man. But this is after a but. Mm-hmm. But he is an amazing man to me, and I know he's the man I want to be with for the rest of my life. That's
because if he left her, she would be on the street.
Yeah.
So of course she wants to be with him.
Yeah. She'll be in that car by the gas station with the girl from the first
Absolutely.
Danielle Easy says, he's just recognizing all the sex costs, all sex costs something. Don't get married, LOL. Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah. I think they should get married.
Well, for the sake of the lady writing a question, I hope they do, because she's not going to make it doing anything else.
Correct.
Correct. And she's clearly wants to be a sugar baby, but doesn't have the, you know what I mean, the gear for it. I think that's what's going on here. She found the one guy desperate enough to fuck her and pay her rent, and she wants to act like she's Anna Nicole Smith. This is crazy. Let's see.
Joel says, Joel says she wants to be financially stable. She's not heard of OnlyFans.
Well, that's the plot twist. She actually has an OnlyFans. She does not share those earnings with this guy.
That's
right. She's pocketing her OnlyFans.
Good
that's
her
money. That's not our money.
Exactly. His money is our money. Her money is her money.
That's two different accounts. There's a joint account and there's the OnlyFans account.
Right.
Two very different places.
So when you live with someone, how does the money go?
First of all,
how has this talk gone in the past?
I've never lived with a partner.
Oh, hypotheticals, right?
Hypothetically, okay, it depends, because I make enough money to support myself.
There we go. This is what an actual independent woman sounds like. Did you hear that lady that wrote the question?
Independent woman.
She wrote the Beyonce.
Right.
Pays her own rent.
Child. Let's play that.
Yes. On my, and there's the way I live to fit my income level, right? And I've thought about this because of people I've dated. This is unfortunately serious. People I've dated in the past where I'm like, okay, well, if we get serious and they want to maintain their lifestyle, they're going to have to pay for me. That's it.
I like that.
Point blank. Because I can't afford to live their lifestyle. I can't afford to live in the neighborhood they want to live in. I can't afford to go on the vacation they want to go to. So if they want me in their life, they have to pay for it. If they don't want to pay for it, I don't have to be in their life. That's fine. I can afford my life. I can't afford their life.
I make 2 ham and cheese sandwiches last 3 days. And unless you want to be on my same diet.
But the thing is you're not delusional about that. She's just like, I'm like a big boss, independent woman, and she's none of that. It's just like she found someone who's like ready to support her no matter what, which is fine. That's great. That's wonderful. Yeah. But she's just living in La La Land. Like I can do it on my own too. I'm like, no, you can't.
And she clearly has. She clearly has trepidations about her situation because she's like, and I want to be independent, but she's not.
But the whole waking up at 8 a.m. thing and going and punching in, I just don't do it. I'm allergic to it. My therapist said not to because it makes me sad.
Right. So she doesn't have a job. She's taking money from this guy. She clearly feels bad about it. Whatever.
Right.
But he also has some trepidation.
No, she didn't feel bad.
There's nothing more than a sugar baby who wants to act like a CEO. That's fucking ridiculous.
She said, I feel a little embarrassed and humiliated. Okay. That's what she said.
Okay, so she feels a little embarrassed and humiliated.
Get a job.
Now, he also has some misgivings about their situation. He's in the mindset of like, well, I guess it costs to be in a relationship. I guess this is what it costs. And she's upset that he thinks that.
Because this whole...
He's
the living at home until 31, even though you clearly make enough money not to, is a little weird to me. So I think this guy.
I don't think he makes that much money. I think this is another delusion.
Oh, you think
they live in a 1-bedroom apartment in a bad area. If you're making over $100K, you cannot tell me that. Well, she says
they probably live in New York City.
She says
very possible.
Well, she says he makes over $100K and runs 3 businesses.
That's one studio deep in Bed-Stuy.
Yeah, right.
So okay, wait. So he makes over $100K, and then his 3 businesses each lose $10K.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. That's she's
only looking at the revenue.
Financial person, and I'm thinking he's not. I think he's just he's better at finances.
I like that. She does seem kind of dumb to me. I think she might be dumb enough to fall for I make $100K a year. And why do I live with my parents even though I'm 31? Cultural thing.
Yeah, that's a good little cop-out. That's a good cop-out.
She's like, he seems happy in our one small apartment in a bad area.
Because if it's a cultural thing that you live together until you're married, even though, like, hey, man, sometimes that's a thing, sometimes it's not. But if you're living at home at 31, making $100K a year, you damn sure stick to that part of the culture and feel strongly about it. But at 31, after a long time of doing that, and one lady's like, hey, you want to get a one-bedroom, a bad neighborhood? You're like, fuck my culture. Huh?
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm smelling bullshit.
If it was that important to him culturally, he would have fucking done it.
Yeah.
He would have done it.
If it was that important to him culturally, he'd still be at home right now, or they'd be married. That's clearly not that important to him culturally. There's something else going on there. I don't think he makes as much as I think you're right. He does not make as much as he says that he does.
I went into this thinking that they should get married, so he has to pay for this.
You almost created a Peg Bundy. You almost created a sugar baby of a guy who's got nothing but high fructose corn syrup and sells women's shoes.
Right? But now I'm thinking they should have a real talk about their values and then probably break up.
They should go their separate ways. Or he should hire her. If he does have those businesses, I would just hire her and put her on payroll.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of
your
people
ass
that
is
do
gonna
that.
work.
They have their wife.
Right?
Yeah.
You think he would offer that?
Like, if I got 3 businesses, you're going to help me out with one of these 3.
If I had a
Exactly.
lazy, good-for-nothing
Right.
woman like the one who wrote this question,
Right.
and I had 3 businesses, I would tell her to get a job in one of those businesses, even if it's just part-time. He hasn't offered that. And another glaring hole in the details, what are the businesses?
Yeah.
You got no details about what they were.
As I said, as I watch a lot of reality TV, there's a lot of guys out there that make a lot of money, and they put their wives as like the receptionist,
Right.
the host.
Right.
Like
You should-
they'll just say, "Oh yeah, you'll work in the office," or they have them as the even as a big, like, a CEO, CFO just next to them, but they put them in their business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my close friends' parents had that situation.
Yeah, I mean, the money
Yeah.
just comes back to him. Whatever I'm
Right.
paying,
He's
goes
saving
back
money
to him.
Exactly.
on hiring somebody. He's getting her out of the house and off his
Exactly.
ass. And now it can kind of be our money without
Right.
me just getting taken advantage
You guys,
of.
she
That would be
has no
happening
businesses.
if-
This is
no,
another
he has
No,
business.
what
business.
he
He's
needs
been lying
what
to
he
her the
needs
whole
to
fucking
think
time.
if he's trying to get in his toxic bag, he needs to think our business, right? If it's our business, you work for our business, and then the money that comes in is our money.
Yes.
That's not your
Yes.
employee because it's our business.
We have heard no mention of any of this. I think one of his businesses is running some bullshit dating website called
Right.
Boo or something.
Oh, yeah.
There's only
It's
a
a
couple
startup.
catfishes on there
It's a startup.
and nothing else.
Called Boo.
He
Yeah.
drop ships under 3 different names, probably.
Yeah, phony LLCs out there.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, 2 of your businesses are just random assortments of numbers and letters? Like, that's not good.
Yeah.
Followed by LLC?
Yeah.
That's not right.
But if he does have what he has, I will put her to work because you got me excommunicated from my culture.
Right.
Yeah.
My parents are going back to the other parents and saying, "Oh, does your kid still live at home?
Uh-huh.
Is your kid still there with his
Like,
girlfriend
no,
or
he
whatever?"
moved out at the young age of 31 with some whore in a 1-bedroom in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, he lives
if I'd have pulled that shit on my parents, I'd have been stoned to death by the village elders. You couldn't pull that shit back in Yugoslavia. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Not in that weird obscure country that ends in Vakia.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that shit back then.
Joanne said owns 3 different Payless shoe stores.
Hey, doesn't it feel good to pay less?
I own all 3 of the last 3 blockbusters.
That's it.
Rent some movies, people.
I have no final advice for this person because I feel like she's just lying to herself and she's not living in reality. So if you are not able to tell the truth or live in reality, I can't help you. That's my final advice.
My advice is LinkedIn.com.
It's better than Boo.
Yeah, if you start dating somebody off of there, they probably got a job or at least serious looking for one.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
or you could get a job. Something could happen. I feel this lady is somehow a weird female version of the last guy from the last question.
Well, they're both Redditors.
They're
yeah.
both Redditors. They're both dumb. They're both being catfished, but she's being catfished in person, in the flesh.
The long haul
She's
catfish.
been looking in this guy's eye, and he's been going, yep, over 100K.
Yep.
3 businesses. And he just poker faces the hell out of it. And so, this is...
I lived with my parents only because it was in our culture.
Yeah.
Also,
so his parents kicked him out, of course.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we're saying.
I'm betraying my culture to be with you, baby. Guys love lying about that.
Hey, you gotta get to the real money pit, you know?
Yeah. I was gonna say, look, I'm Lebanese, and in my culture, guys love lying about that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
They love lying. Like, I'm going against my culture for you, baby.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to eat ham and cheese sandwiches out of there.
Right. The whole time, the parents don't know or they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't know or they don't care, or... Because again, if he was really that much part of the culture, he would be doing it.
Right. Yeah. 100%. He would be still living at home. He would not. She's not offering him enough to go against his culture by now. Now, if he was 21, that's a different story.
Right.
But keep in mind, he's been an adult for over a decade, making good money according to what he's telling you. So he would have moved out. You're not that enticing to him to where it's like, oh, I got to move to a shitty one bedroom with her. He's already getting laid. He's already like whatever. He would still be living at home if he meant this shit about, oh, I'm only doing this for my culture or whatever.
Right. But anyway, these suckers deserve each other.
What's your final advice? I feel like...
I just think they should write it out.
Write it out?
Write it out. See where it goes.
Yeah.
I just, by the time he's 35 and he has a 6 business, and she's still unemployed, they'll realize that they're meant for each other.
Fucking A. I didn't ask my wife to marry me before I had like 7, 8 businesses.
Yeah, no, because those people need to be together. Like, you don't screw up the dating pool for everybody else. You two deserve to be with each other. Like, that's how it should work. Seriously. Like, by all means, they're made for each other.
Keep you guys quarantined.
There we go.
We can't have you guys' genes spreading to the rest of us.
There we go.
You're going to weaken the species. You're going to fuck up the herd.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready for our next question?
Yeah, absolutely. Next question on Love Gurus, or on next question on Twisted Cupid podcast. There we go. We have the sheet fell.
Yeah, they can see I have legs.
Oh, there we go.
Did I put this? Did I label this one right? Girlfriend wants me to start.
I don't know. You wrote things on there, and I put them in here. So
okay.
I've been speed reading the titles of the questions. All
right.
Next question.
I'm gonna be taller than the paper
podcast.
this time.
Yay! Next question on the Twisted Cupid podcast. If you guys got questions to write in, write them to twistedcupidpodcast@gmail.com, or even better, write them in the chat live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Until next.
What?
Did I almost sign off?
Yes.
I'm so dumb. Let's take our next question on Twisted Cupid podcast.
All right. Girlfriend wants me to start paying her $1,000 a month to continue dating.
Wow, it was almost like that last lady took Kattoo's advice, like super literal. It was like, I just graduated from the school of Kattoo. Give me $1,000 or fuck off.
So, like I said, all these questions have a theme of money, so that's why you're hearing it. But they're all a little different. So this one is very interesting to me. Girlfriend, who's a 27-year-old female of 2 years, wants me, a 34-year-old male, to start paying her $1,000 a month to continue dating. Wow. Saying it is normal courting behavior in her Latino/Mexican culture.
Oh,
yes! Wait. He has context. He said, for context, we both live in the United States. She was born in Mexico City and grew up in the United States.
I should be able to pay in pesos. That's what I say.
I am of South Asian ethnicity and was born in the U.S. and grew up here. I typically pay for all of our dates and trips, and she will sometimes contribute to a tip at a restaurant. I don't want to see that tip. My girlfriend of 2 years said that she wanted to have more courting in our relationship. So I asked her to make a list of all the things she was that she wanted me to start. That she wanted. Most of the list seemed reasonable, but one of the items was that she wanted me to start paying her $1,000 US dollars a month in order to show her that I'm serious about the relationship.
Didn't even give you an exchange rate on that. That's not your culture. You're just greedy.
Saying this is traditional in her Mexican culture /heritage. I had never heard of this. Can anyone confirm if this is a common? this is a commonplace or not. I don't know.
Oh no! He's the male version of the lady from the last question.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Why am I acting so weird to you, madam? Because it's my culture. It's not me just being weird. I'm just living with my parents, even though I make good money.
Jessica J just said she is lying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jessica, 100%.
This woman rocks.
Dude, yeah, she's the dude from the last question. She is the sister of the guy from the last question. I guarantee it. They're both pulling the same scam, going, what? Yeah, no, this isn't weird. This is just this is what we do back
Danielle just wrote, this dude's Santa?
Look.
I just can't even, like, when I was trying to find someone to love me when I was growing up, I just remember being like saying all this, like, why doesn't he love me back? And it's like, if I knew there were all these, like, well, just say you owe me this much, like, all these, like, betting games going on. And I'm like, I'm just way off.
Yeah.
Way off. Oh man,
yeah, I should have pulled more
This
shit on my girlfriends
rocks.
when I was younger. I should have been, listen, it's part of my culture that I double down on my bet on the online sportings app, and half the time my team's losing. The odds are better. According to page 7 of the Bible or the Quran, whatever I'm into. You know what I mean? The Torah. It's on
It's
all of them. I don't want to go to hell. Do you want to go to hell as an accomplice? I have to bet more money on the Detroit Lions.
It's my culture to give half of my sports betting winnings to my girlfriend. So the more I sports bet, the more I might give you.
I'm doing this for you, you selfish whore. I'm betting on the Detroit Lions for you. Let me keep
Sorry
gambling.
about last week.
Yeah, dude, I'm in a dark place. I hope all of San Francisco cracks off and falls into the sea like the city of Atlantis.
I'm sorry too, because he
happen,
bet
too.
on that game.
I did bet $100.
Oh
man.
I bet 50 on that one, 50 on the
Should
Super
have
Bowl.
asked for $1,000.
I know.
Well, no, she was trying to get me to cash out at halftime when they were ahead. I could have cashed out and like tripled my money at halftime. That's the odds I got on it. That's the odds I got. Dude, I bet that Detroit would win the game last weekend at like basically 3-1, and I bet that they would win to the Super Bowl at like 8-1. So when they were crushing it at halftime, Caesar Sports was offering me the opportunity to cash out one bet at like 120, the other bet at 150. Amy was sitting there going, "Cash it out now," and I'm like, women don't know the first fucking thing about sports. Why don't you make me a sandwich?
I don't.
Why don't you make me a sandwich
But
instead
what I
of telling
do
me to
know
lose money?
is that was enough money to get your money back, and then just to place another bet and play with your winnings. That's what I do know.
The odds would have been lower. That said, I woke up sad and hungover the next day that my favorite team had lost. And my wife is going, "You could have cashed out and made money at halftime." And it's not like I can even call her a Monday morning quarterback. No, she was a Sunday night during halftime quarterback telling me to cash out on the Detroit Lions when I could have tripled my money. I told her no. I told her, women don't sports bet for a reason. Let me do this. I wear the pants. And then I'm all hungover in my undies.
First of all,
I'm just sad.
I just want to
didn't have
quickly
any
say
money.
a shout out to Eugene. We haven't seen you in a while.
What's up,
Hey.
Eugene? How you doing? Thanks for being here, man.
First of all, whatever this woman's doing, it's the woman version of sports betting.
Yeah.
It's the woman version of sports betting. All right, she's taking her bet. She's asking for $1,000. She's betting the entire relationship.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's going to be, 2 years until she gets the chutzpah to ask for this again?
That's true. Oh, Eugene's also shit talking the Lions and talking about 49ers all day. Fuck you.
Let it go, Jake. Let it go.
I hope extra homeless people shit on the streets of San Francisco tonight. I think, dude, their mascot should be a homeless man ODing in his own filth. All right? Not that crazy little minor. And they should have another smug little mascot next to him going, actually, they prefer the term unhoused person when they're ODing in their own filth.
Oh, no. We opened a can of worms.
Yeah, I see. Those Iowa boys and the Detroit Lions.
God damn it. Yeah, we don't have a pro sports team. We got to borrow from
All
other
right,
states.
back to Twisted Cupid podcast. Please like and subscribe.
Yes, like and subscribe. Fuck 49ers.
Well, it seems like he's willing to scrape up $1,000 a month, though, because that's what he's essentially asking. Like, if this is her culture, like if
then
someone,
he'll do it.
if the four of us were to say that is very Mexican of her to do that, that is her culture. He's like, well, here's my G a month.
Yeah.
He's ready to do it because he loves this woman.
You know the age-old Mexican stereotype that they make you pay them $1,000 to fuck them every single month?
Yes.
No, that's not a thing. I'm just hearing that for the first time.
That is Montezuma's revenge, sir.
And us Iowa boys know all the Mexican stereotypes.
There we go. So close to the border.
Yeah, they talk about it on AM radio they are.
I watch Fox. I know all about the border. Yeah.
The border's 2,000 miles away. Why are you guys so obsessed with it on AM radio?
This is not the point of the question, but I could not get over the point where he says occasionally contributes to the tip.
Yeah.
So she doesn't pay the tip, which
dude.
It's
the term "just the tip" doesn't even apply to her. It's just a portion of the tip.
Well, in her culture, tipping
if you're, I feel,
it's a very sacred.
Now that is a Mexican
very sacred.
I feel like if you're a lady and you're dating somebody with a lot more money than you, it's very cool to let him pay the bill and you pay the tip.
Right? Yeah.
Because then you get to know that your money's going to other broke people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's fair.
And none of it's going to the owner of the restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's on the same level. But she doesn't pay the tip. She doesn't always pay the tip. She occasionally contributes to the tip.
Oh, man.
And she probably just throws him a 5 once in a while.
Oh, yeah. Because notice again the lack of detail when I pay for some of the tip. Oh, like half? No, you weren't specific at all. It's like not very much.
She will pay for the tip when they're in an argument and she's trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
Also, she doesn't even pay for the whole tip. So either she thinks she's paying for the whole tip and she's not tipping well and this guy's covering for her, or
that's 100% what's happening. I guarantee it.
Because
why else would you be like, wait a minute, you're putting down a 20, hang on, no, throw down a 10, I got the other 10. You know what I mean? Like that's a weird thing to do. No, she's going, I got the tip, and it's like, those are quarters. Like, what the fuck? Let me do this. We're at a steakhouse.
They're actually called pesos, sir.
Hey, silver pesos are
cultural.
quite a bit.
I'm gonna get denied.
This girl, okay.
Tulum.
Because I'm only giving advice to the women.
They're gonna sacrifice you on the top of one of the pyramids.
There goes my Mexico City trip. There.
I think she is so smart that the fact that he has to go to Reddit to see if this is true or not, but she's so smart she's waiting for him. Like, she just has a bunch of her friends and then a bunch of fake accounts that she created, just being like, yeah, very much, yes, do this. Like, she's just ready for him to, I don't know. I feel bad that he has to go on Reddit just to be like, you're lying, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is the truth about every Reddit person. They're here because they don't have anyone to talk to.
Right.
They don't. It's true though. If he had a single person in his life, he'd be like, if he knew a single other Mexican person, he'd be like, hey, is it normal to ask your boyfriend for $1,000 a month?
Yeah.
And they would be like, no.
The Twisted Cupid podcast is here for the Reddit people.
Yeah.
We are here.
So how do we feel about him? Do we want to tell him yes?
Here's what I only have advice.
Not if she looks like Selma Hayek. Oh. Not even if she looks as like a young Selma Hayek or an old Selma Hayek, because she's
by the way,
phenomenal.
So yeah.
Selma Hayek's Lebanese, like me. So,
really?
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was Mexican. Really?
She's I think half. She's like half and
half.
half.
Oh man,
yeah. Okay.
man.
Yeah. And I'm half and half too, except the other half is Irish. So
there we go.
Matt, welcome, Matt. You joining? Matt says she is so smart. She is waiting for him to die.
Hell yeah.
yeah. Matt on YouTube says gold digger. Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
totally.
She's not even trying to pretend to be anything else. She's like, I'm showing up to this date with a miner's hat on. I don't give a damn.
Yeah. First of all, being honest about gold digging, very cool, good for her. Here's the thing.
I like that she's making him into, like, she's like, okay, this guy doesn't have any money, but I'm going to make him give me money. Like, she's just like, fine. She's like, he's not giving it to me. I'm going to show him how to do it.
That's right.
You know?
I ain't saying she's a gold digger because she already said it, so I don't need to.
Yeah.
She said that.
I was looking at you like, where are you going with that? I was like, did I not say it was Black History Month?
I changed the lyrics dramatically for Black History Month.
Where are we going with that one?
You would love my favorite karaoke bar game. Every night you go to a karaoke bar, a group of white women goes up to sing Gold Digger, and I'm very good at guessing if they say it. I have won many a $5 bill on that game.
Wow. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Wait, so I cut you off.
In public? Like, how drunk are they when they're just screaming the N-word at a Kanye West song?
I mean...
How drunk are people at a karaoke bar? Extremely.
Fair enough.
Extremely drunk.
Yeah.
But
I guess if you're going to say
it's
it
cultural,
public, it's part of the culture.
That's what we always say.
It's part of their culture.
It's my culture, not yours.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's why I don't say it when I listen to that song, because the the person who wrote the song did not write it with the intention of someone who looks like me saying it. I only say that word when I listen to Jason Aldean. He wrote it with the intention of me saying it.
Yeah, there you go.
It said so in the CD cover.
Right there, the linear notes.
The only advice I have for this: either pay the whole tip and tip well, or don't let him pay the tip.
Yeah,
Don't pay half the
it
tip.
It seems like it's even crazier just paying part of the tip, and
It's
especially
the
looking
craziest
for
thing.
credit. They're looking for credit for paying half the tip. That sounds insane.
What do you think they're eating at, though?
Oh man, I think they're eating someplace fairly nice.
You think it's
Denny's?
nice? Denny's?
Yeah.
No,
Denny's
I don't
at
think
least?
Denny's. I think it's someplace
Outback.
nice.
Outback.
I think it's Outback or
I
higher.
like
It has
Outback.
to be. I
Those
like Outback.
bloomin'
It's fine.
onions.
Oh yeah, dude, it's great.
Hell yeah!
Actually, I like Texas Roadhouse because they give you that cinnamon butter with the
Ooh, that's
rolls.
very
bread?
delicious.
Dude, I
Yeah.
love it.
Very
Yeah.
delicious.
Uh-huh. But I think it has to be that or higher because she's going for $1,000. It's you know what I mean? Like that's a big. Now, granted, she's probably expecting negotiation. I think she's expecting to haggle.
Yeah.
But even if you're starting at $1,000,
What if I
like
only?
you're eating well?
So maybe we might get married. So I only pay you $500 a month if I'm still not sure yet.
But keep in mind, this I pay part of the tip thing. You know, she would have loved to have been able to put for her own propaganda purposes in this question. I pay for the tip.
Yeah.
She did not.
She did not pay
it's
for the
like
tip.
whatever that place is, it's a place where you're tipping pretty good because it's expensive,
Right.
ish at least.
And as a woman who's done inter-tax bracket dating, you either pay for a good ass tip or you let him pay to the tip. Don't half-ass it, lady.
Or you make it up later.
Or you make it up late. Well, you have to either way, actually.
How good
that's
was that
a given.
steak? Ooh, this is a real good steak.
This is turning into Kattoo's advice for inter-tax bracket dating.
I see you with a sugar daddy soon. Like
Really?
you have.
I'm not
like,
nice to people.
I see you. No, you don't have to be nice to them. Like they like to get shit on.
I
Like,
don't
you don't
think
have
she's
to be
nice to
them.
this guy.
I'm sure she's not.
Like,
you know what?
But I can see Kattoo on like a yacht in the Maldives. Just
Thank you.
Aw.
Thank you.
Russian oligarch just chilling.
Yeah.
Inter-tax bracket dating.
I'll be like, it's my culture. And then the culture I'm talking about is like Irish Americans from Brooklyn.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll get you a Dublin
That's how we
sugar
did
daddy.
it in Bensonhurst
whatever
back
works.
in the day.
All right.
Back in the deep Bay Ridge
Do
culture.
we have any final advice for this person? Any final advice?
Yeah, pay up.
No. No.
Don't be a cheap prick, sir.
Dude, just go on Boo, man.
I mean, look at it like
You
this:
can find another gold digger on Boo. Like,
$1,000 a month is only $12,000 a year. Ask if you can pay it all up front.
I mean,
She's going to take it and run. No, don't do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
No. Pay up.
a lot of cultural discussions. Like, I got it. Now I have to go, like, deep dive on, like, a rabbit hole on YouTube to find out about cultures because...
I'll save you
confused
some
here.
time. This isn't these people's cultures. They're just saying that to fuck somebody
They
over.
are,
That's 100%.
absolutely, yeah.
That's not
Could
a
you
thing.
imagine if I
It's
went
not
to
a
an
thing.
employer? I was like, it's my culture that if you really value me, you're gonna just pay me more, like right now.
Right.
I should say that.
My culture means I take Thursdays off.
Yeah.
Also, I still get paid for them. That's this lady. I almost respect her honesty. You know what I mean? I feel like she took Kattoo's advice for the first question and just applied it. And she's just like, yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in. Here's my cards. You either pay me or I walk. You know, she doubled down on the whole fucking thing.
Absolutely.
And I respect the hell out of it.
This girl is better than the last girl because she knows what she's getting out of this
knows her worth.
relationship.
She knows her worth. You got a
can
point.
we just
She
like
knows her
say,
worth.
he's a 34-year-old male saying, "I've never heard of this. Is this true?" Like I'm like,
Yeah, because he doesn't know. First of all, he definitely doesn't know any other Mexican people.
No.
He lives in San
I don't know
Antonio.
I don't know if he knows any other people.
No, I was gonna say if he knew one person that ever knew a Mexican person, he could have asked them this question and be like, "Nope, dude, she's fucking you over."
Yeah.
at
She
least
she
like
just wants
the
$1,000
one
bucks.
guy was like 23, and I felt bad. Now it's like, okay, how many lessons does this like?
No,
this guy's a
he's
total shut.
out. He's done. His brain's developed.
Yeah.
If anything, it's only getting worse.
Yeah, but
He
this
can
is
run
why I
for
feel
president in a year. He's 34. He's definitely developed.
he could be
I thought
a
it was
senator.
36. You had to be.
It'd be
35, but the way this country's going, as long as you can breathe.
I don't think we can hold people to 35 anymore. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
You
this
know.
man's old enough to be a senator,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he's falling for this shit. You
Yeah.
just pay her.
Yeah. Who is this? Fetterman? Yeah. How you gonna be-
And he's
I can be
from
brain
here,
damaged enough for
right?
this.
He's from America, right?
He's
Yeah,
South
Born in the
Asian.
U.S. and grew up
She
here.
was born in Mexico City and then but grew up here. And he, even though he's South Asian, he grew up here and was born here.
I think this guy
but
is
it's like,
probably...
I mean, it's kind of like saying like I'm Italian and I'm Italian, German, and Polish, but I was born here and grew up here. I'm like, why are you telling me? Like,
Yeah, he's a little lost.
You know what it is this guy's dating out of his league right now. He's dating out of his league. The fact that he's 34 and doesn't know, do you just pay women $1,000 a month? What if they're Mexican, though? Like, what are you talking about? If you've been dating at all, even if you're 24, this should be an easy no for you. The fact that it's not an easy no means I feel really bad for this guy. He's just very inexperienced, doesn't know what he's doing with women. So she's clearly too hot for him to where she knows it and she's taking advantage of him. So it's like, buddy, you gotta do what we lovingly used to refer to as in Iowa, go hogging. Okay? You gotta go hogging. Get you an Uggo.
Yeah, I like Joel's last comment. She gave up on pesos for pussy because of the exchange rate of the U.S.
That's
dollar.
right.
Yo,
That's
fair
right.
enough.
She's like, I gotta fuck one dude who's rich and ugly, and I will get him to pay for everything.
Yeah, I just feel like at 34, if you pay the $1,000 a month, that's on you now. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Like the first guy was a victim.
Right.
Yeah.
This guy's just a dumbass.
Yeah. Well, the first guy wasn't smart by any means.
No.
I don't think none of these people are smart.
He was, but the difference between the first guy and this guy is he was legit being scammed. This lady's being honest, where it's like, if I'm gonna fuck your hideous ass, I'm gonna get paid for it. That's just like, I'm not waking up at 8 a.m. and hopping on the train to go to work when closing my eyes and thinking about anything but you to keep myself, fluid and going. That's its own 9 to 5 as far as I'm concerned. It's emotionally draining. Sir, you pay me $100,000 a month to fuck you, or you bang somebody in your league. Yeah. I say bang somebody in your league, sir.
Actually, yeah, that's good advice. Find somebody.
Bank
somebody in your league.
Yeah,
that's right.
At least $500 a month. You gotta go down.
I have like a strong feminine intuition that he's a software developer.
Yeah, he actually might work for the guy before.
Yeah.
At that second business, that's probably what it is.
My boss said he's going to pay me one of these days, but it's accruing interest, my payment. So I'm going to be rich next month.
Yeah, they're all tied in.
Find another person that looks like a software developer. That's my advice.
Yeah. Oh, Matt on YouTube says she is better than Dan Campbell. How dare you, sir? Stop trashing your wife. But I will say, speaking of Dan Campbell, this guy I think should hook up with a lady who looks like Dan Campbell. I think it'll help him. You know what I mean? It'll be like he can be happy with somebody who's in his league. It was, that's who you should be with, is a woman who looks like the coach of the Detroit Lions.
Find a lady that's making like $70,000 managing the bakery section of a Walmart.
Yeah,
you know
what I mean.
She's
doesn't
got
need
stuff
your money
to think about.
But she's also not the best looking, so she's not going to get a big head about. Oh, I need $100,000 to fuck you.
Right, right.
I don't know. Do you have any final advice? Are we good?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll go with Jake's answer there.
Yeah.
It's many problems in life. Have sex with drunk, ugly women. You know what I mean? That's what you need to do.
Way cheaper.
Yeah, way cheaper. Cheaper.
I think the next one should be a lightning round.
All right, lightning round.
Ooh.
Lightning round. What that is Amy reads the question. We all fire off one piece of final advice for this lost soul on the Twisted Cupid podcast. If you guys have questions to write in, write them to twistedcupidpodcast@gmail.com, or even better, write live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern in the chat. That's where you give us your questions, give us your comments. Let's see. Oh, Danielle on YouTube says, have any of y'all on the podcast ever run into any of these scenarios in your dating life? Not these ones specifically, but other ones, other episodes kind of ring true.
Oh, which is true. If anyone wants to have their own, question, you can always write it in right now in the chat and we'll answer it. Or go to twistedcupidpodcast@gmail.com and we'll answer it.
That's right. That's right. Well, I have had situations like this happen in my real life. I have hooked up with women who should have been paying me $10,000 a month because I'm that fucking awesome, but I did it pro bono. Why? Because I got the heart of Mother Teresa and the of Ron Jeremy. without any of the baggage. You know what I mean? And a slightly better face. Anyway, last question on the Twisted Cupid podcast.
All right, so this last person, her title, she just writes, "Am I a gold digger?" Finally, someone's questioning if they're sane or not sane. So the only thing I feel bad is that she's an 18-year-old female. So I feel so I'm an 18-year-old female. I feel like anytime I see something in like the teenage things, I feel like I shouldn't even read their question. Is that?
It's another frontal lobe development issue.
I know.
That means they're really not 18.
I know.
Can I lightning around answer right now? Yes, you're a gold digger.
I'm probably reading a 12-year-old's question right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, no one that works at a soup kitchen had to ever ask that question. I'll just say that.
I went on a date with a guy, and he brought me flowers. I was genuinely happy when he pulled out the flower bouquet with red and pink roses. Prior to the date, he asked me what my favorite color is, and I told him red and pink. So I was extra happy. I did not expect him to bring me flowers on our first date. He just did it himself without asking me for it. We ended up having dinner. The flowers stayed in the car. I don't know why I had to read that part. And I offered to
Dude, the unnecessary details. Right? I left them on the driver's side, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. I was on the passenger side. I set them over there, though. It seemed like because we were on a hill a bit, it seemed like they would tip over.
I offered to split the bill, but he insisted on taking care of it. So far, a pretty good date. And I'm not talking about the flowers and the fact that he paid. I'm talking about our conversation.
I thought she was talking about fucking, dude. I'm so... My mind was in the gutter, madam. Sorry.
21 and up thinks that way.
That's right. You may or may not be a gold digger, but I'm a dirtbag. I'll tell you that right now.
I have to add that he isn't my exact type physically, and he's conventionally considered less attractive. But we got along so well before we even went on the date.
That's how the young... gold diggers kind of justify it. You know what I mean? That's how you go down that road, that gold paved road.
So when he asked me out, I was very excited. So this is the twist, okay? I told some of my girlfriends about my date and how he opened the door for me, pulled the chair for me, brought me flowers, made sure I got home safe, and was just happy. And just how happy I was during the date. Then one of my friends asked me who paid for dinner, and I just said he did. I offered to split the pay, but he insisted on paying, so I let him without having any back thoughts. This exact friend told me how I was being a gold digger and that I should feel embarrassed and ashamed for going out with someone who's not as attractive as the average human being.
There's a plot twist. I did not expect to say no to this question. I did not expect to say no to this.
I don't think he's an ugly guy, by the way. And then she proceeded to tell all of her male friends.
Am I a whore because I fucked someone for his personality and not his looks?
I'm a gold digger and that they should stay away from me. So So this is her question. So am I a gold digger for accepting the guy I went out on a date to pay after I offered to split, or to pay for the whole bill myself? And why does she care how he looks if he makes me feel like a princess? Or is it because of the flowers? I just need some advice. P.S. Should I drop her as a friend? Maybe she's right and my behavior wasn't right. But how should I have acted?
Okay. All right. I have questions. I find it very telling that she didn't mention this guy's age.
Oh, he was older.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because she's 18. Wagon. Other 18-year-olds can't afford this.
He has a station wagon with
her friends are probably dating guys that are their own age.
They're like, wait, he didn't take you to Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad you pointed out the lack of the.
Wait, your first date wasn't at the Walmart parking lot?
Hell yeah.
I'm way less against the friend now.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. I want to know how old this guy is.
Again, the lack of detail. He's old.
Yeah. It's very telling. They're probably they're not judging you for being a gold digger. They're judging you for dating an old man.
Yeah.
He wears a blue blazer and khakis with loafers. I can tell.
And they're getting like dollar pizza with some busboy they met, which is fine. That's what you should.
I think they know that she's not going to be with him long term, even though they had a great conversation, and she's not taking him seriously, and they're like getting on the case. But I still think like Yeah, it's an older guy that took her to a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
Treated her the way you're supposed to be treated, by the way. And, yeah.
Or they're hating.
So they're hating.
They know that this is their math teacher and this is what he does.
Yeah.
And they are jealous because they are straight A's in calculus, pre-calc probably. And this girl's failing his class, and all of a sudden she's getting treated like a princess.
That's right.
There's jealousy. That's why she knows, because
Exactly.
the friend has tried to undercut her before on guys their age.
That's right.
And she's up the ante now, and she's got Mr. Phillips, and Mr. Phillips is taking her to all the cool steakhouses in the town.
Mr. Phillips
adjacent
rocks.
town, not the same town. You got to go to the next town. You're gonna be a perv.
Absolutely. Don't want to run into a parent.
Yeah, right, exactly. And she's upset that her friend is enjoying Mr. Phillips, and that's the way I look at it.
Damn right, because there are A- students, but you know what? She may be a C- student in the streets, but she's a valedictorian in the sheets.
Woo!
Hell
And
yes,
she's
brother.
she's earning that scholarship.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I say.
Wait, but we this is supposed to be lightning round, so we just
Oh, yeah.
give quick. Sorry.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So I guess we go. We just go one at a time, and we give
Sure.
our final advice.
Sure. Final advice.
All right. So what's your final advice?
I think you kind of heard it already. Talk about premature ejaculation. Twisted Cupid, all right. Yeah. No, I just, my advice is enjoy it while it lasts, because he may go to jail and you're going to go off to college and you don't have to worry about that friend anymore. So you can drop her. But in the meantime, enjoy Mr. Phillips. You are legal age.
Yes.
If that's what she says she is.
Well, I mean, she's probably actually 15, and Mr. Phillips should probably go to jail, and her friends may have a point.
Yeah. Who is this? Dave Coulier playing this guy? What is this?
You got it, dude.
Yeah, I feel I actually, my final advice is, for me, I feel like I shouldn't pick things that are 18 or I don't know. I feel like I picked a question that was way inappropriate
She's legal.
for age.
There's a whole publication called Barely Legal that's based around this fact. You can do anything you want with an 18-year-old.
You did nothing wrong. He should be paying for you, especially if he's older than you. And I don't know what restaurant you guys went to that this is such a big deal that he paid, but guys, pay for the girl if you like her. And girls, don't take advantage of the guy just because they're going to pay.
Yeah. Don't be all like, oh, pay me $1,000 a month. This is my culture. Yeah. I promised my madre at my quinceañera I'd make some dude pay me $1,000 a month just to fuck him.
All right, that's my final advice. And I'll get older, more mature people for the next questions.
18 still counts.
No, that's fine. That's fine. My advice.
Dirty.
You know what? My advice was gonna be date guys your own age, but because I'm on a roll of being toxic,
Fuck yeah, dude.
have fun, sister.
Yeah. She's a toxic Avenger tonight.
Whoop, whoop.
She's 18. She's about to probably go off to college.
Yeah.
And,
That's right.
And don't worry about the friend. You guys are not going to be friends in a year, no matter
No.
what. If it's this situation or not, something's going to happen.
no.
Yeah.
I'll probably fuck your boyfriend tomorrow.
Yeah, culturally, her friend's a hater.
It's that. I say rub it in your friend's face.
That's it.
Have him take you to all kinds of nice places.
That's it.
And you take selfies of yourself in Barbados or whatever.
Yeah.
You take pictures of your feet facing the infinity pool. You do all kinds of things with Mr. Phillips' money.
Yeah.
You have fun with it. And then she gets to
Absolutely.
sit there eating her dollar slice or her basket of cheese curds at Chuck E. Cheese or wherever she's at. Wherever she's at with these other 18-year-olds.
Real quick, Joel just said she shouldn't be dating if she can't pay for her own Happy Meal.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Jared from Subway told me that. He doesn't even,
Yeah,
he didn't
fair
even
enough.
advertise for that corporation. But let's see. My advice would be to rub it in the friend's face, because I think the friend is jealous. I think the friend is jealous. I think the friend is one of the shitty sisters in Cinderella, sitting there going, "No, don't go to the ball. He's only coming back here with a shoe because he's into feet. He's a weird guy."
Yeah. Or you know what? Maybe the friend is dating a sexy quarterback.
Yeah,
but it doesn't add up to Mr. Phillips.
But and they're
Who
just
has no
hanging out
money.
in the parking lot because he's broke.
No, you know
So who knows
Yes.
who's jealous of who?
he won her over.
Because she went out of her way to be like, and he's not that attractive. I know he's not that attractive, and my friend's making fun of him.
Well, she also went and told all the other guys that she's a gold digger like that. But if you're interested in this guy, why do you care what all the other guys think?
The friend is jealous. The friend is jealous. The friend is terrible. Listen, as kind of a gross 40-year-old, I respect the hell out of this 18-year-old.
Yeah.
All right, never change. Don't let your evil whore friend change you. All right.
Yeah.
They're just mad that there's no cloth napkins.
And in 10 years,
those cloth napkins could change your life.
A guy has never taken her to a restaurant that didn't have napkins. You pull out of a plastic thing.
Once you launder napkins, it's a whole new ballgame.
Yes.
That's big money.
But yeah, I think we answered those questions perfectly.
Yeah.
This has been an awesome episode. Thank you to everybody in the chat,
Oh
man.
my
The chat is
goodness,
awesome.
so many people.
To
Thank
everybody
you.
out there, thank
We
you.
got
we got
Eugene,
Danielle,
Joel, Jessica,
Sasha.
Joanne,
Yes.
Danielle.
Yes.
Awesome. You guys
Thank
are
you to everybody. Like and subscribe. Check
Yeah,
us
like
out
and
next
subscribe.
week.
Thank you guys
man.
so
We're
much.
here every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Until next week, like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you to Wayne Charles. Thank you to Kattoo King.
Thanks for
You
having
guys
us.
were
To the,
awesome.
to the guy in the
Thank you.
comments that said I was frigid, I am Irish, and that is part of my culture.
That's
so
right.
It's
Culture.
You have to accept it culturally.
Ooh, that's another piece of final advice to give this lady. Just say I'm a gold digger, but it's part of my culture.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm from,
so when your friend is being a hater and she's like, well, you're a gold digger, you have to say, well, you don't know my culture.
Exactly. I'm Peruvian. I make guys buy me nice dinners. My cousin, who's half Mexican, she's making a guy pay her $1,000 a month just to sleep with her.
Crazy.
It's crazy. But you guys have been great. Thank you guys for being
fun.
on.
This was
Thank
cool.
you to the guests.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joel.
The listeners. Yeah.
Joel,
Thank
Matt.
you, Joel.
Oh, wait, there was
Matt,
Sasha.
everybody.
I never even saw
Yeah,
Sasha.
yeah. Shout out to Sasha.
Oh, Sasha, thank you.
Yes,
thanks,
yes.
Wait,
Sasha.
there was also another person. I can't find them. Okay.
But
You
either
guys
way,
are
you guys have all
awesome.
been awesome. Until next week, later.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Remember, everything you didn't like about me is just part of my culture.